the office. I mean, I try to spend almost all my money just to run the operation because that's what I'm doing this for. But also I have the pleasure of not paying that much taxes. But that's why most Americans, 80-something%, have it taken out as withholding. And they brag they did that in the 40s, so you wouldn't notice what was happening. In fact, up on Infowars.com, guys, I have the Donald Duck cartoon. It's a 5-minute thing about kill Hitler, pay your taxes, income taxes, income taxes. It's to fight Hitler. But notice they kept it after the war. This is the type of propaganda they use. But I make the joke that, if people could see themselves having their literal shirt off their backs taken. And a lot of folks don't have enough money to pay for their houses and their cars, who even live modestly, and now they're so broke, or they lost their job and then had spent all their extra money that they have no money to pay the tax man, Reuters reported. And the tax man says, sorry, you're going to pay it. So see, if you're Madoff or any of these guys, you're okay. So our money's going to all these criminal bankers, and meanwhile, a lot of folks can't even pay the tax to the private Federal Reserve. Not 1 cent of your income tax goes around the country. It goes to pay interest on the debt to the private bankers. So, yeah, look at the guys in there. They are shirtless as well. That's the office of Paul Hartman and Jaron Neihart. Guys, oh, wait a minute. I see one of you still has a shirt, so I guess Big Brother didn't take it all, huh? Oh, my gosh, this is ridiculous. All right, that's enough. That's enough. But, thank you, guys. Anything to illustrate how ridiculous this is. What gets taken out of your paycheck? Probably what? 30% of what you make? I sign your paychecks around here. And then I got to match your Social Security, which you'll never see. Let's say after FICA and Medicare and Medicaid and what you supposedly pay for Social Security, that's about 10% on average. I got to match that. So let's say you get paid $13, $14 an hour. Okay? That's another, and then I got to pay a couple bucks of that extra on top of that just in the matching for the Social Security. And then it doesn't go to that. It goes right to the private bankers who put it in their private bank accounts and then loan the money back to us. All right, I'm going to talk to Joshua, Mark, Daniel, Laura, Tim, Dave, and others. Your calls are coming up. And, I got a guest coming up dealing with Secret Mysteries DVDs, but I may just cancel him because this is tax day and I know folks want to talk. We're just going to move that guest. I bet he's going to get mad, but say la vie.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. I've told you for a long time it's important to be self-sufficient, and today that's more important than ever. We need to be independent, and food and water is the key. You'll never have to stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never have to go to the Superdome and beg for FEMA to take care of your family in any emergency if you simply prepare. No one is going to take care of your family in the final equation but you. You know eFoodsDirect.com is still able to ship storable food that's safe from E. coli, salmonella, genetic alteration, or Chinese imports. And they do it at almost half the cost of last year's grocery prices. Call 1-800-409-5633. Or on the web, go to eFoodsDirect.com. Visit eFoodsDirect.com and look over the fine list of high-quality, freeze-dried, and dehydrated foods they have to offer. Watch the free videos. Look at their online catalog. Or give them a call at 1-800-409-5633. Again, 800-409-5633. Or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com. Take action today. The first step is getting storable food.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, it's already the final hour. I had Chris Pinto joining us today. Secret Mysteries Revealed. Great 3-part film we have at Infowars.com, and I apologize to him. But I've got our reporters coming up in about 30 minutes from on the ground in San Antonio where the Tea Party's kicking off with Lord Beck. And I want to take your phone calls. So we're going to move Mr. Pinto to next week. And then I'm going to play some war propaganda later. Donald Duck pressed into service to brainwash the public. So we'll be going over that. So they use your tax money to finance this type of crap. That's why the public's so dumbed down. But right now, let's go ahead and go to your phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and talk to Joshua in California. You're on the air, sir.
Hey, Alex. Wow, I just want to say what an honor it is to talk to you. I'm a Prison Planet member, and, anyone else that's listening, if you're not a member, you should totally support Alex. You've totally, you talk about the moral compass, and you give us, direction. I mean, by putting things in perspective, you can see where you are in the world, and, you really helped my life a lot with that. I spoke to Burmis a couple of weeks ago about my dad was best friends with Peter Grace, one of the founding members of the Bilderberg, and those, like, all the stuff you're illuminating people about, about the occult and bird flu, and these elitists are trying to, like, steal our money with these taxes, all this stuff to fund, like you said, our own, their eugenic plans. It's crazy. And I'm going to be printing up flyers that I got of your broadcast. I have them online, Alex Jones flyers, and going to the Tea Party and passing them out and stuff. And I just want to say thank you so much. And one other thing, if I could, in California, they've passed a law already. A lot of people don't know about it, where they're even outlawing fireplaces, just wood-burning fireplaces. They're not being permitted anymore. If you want to build a house, you can't have a fireplace.
No, I know Europe is saying they got to close them up in a bunch of countries, and they're banning outdoor space heaters, saying it's the carbon footprint. That's what the Obama deception covers. This is total serfdom. This is feudalism. When I say serfdom and feudalism, I don't just mean slavery. It was a system of keeping you under their full control.
It's completely true. I mean, like you were saying, I mean, they have this system in place for so many years, that they're just trying to, just control people, and just, I mean, you read about the sickness that these like monarchs and the black nobility have, and everyone just thinks it just disappears, like when they get their power in place, when they become more powerful, that they just all of a sudden become good guys. You know?
Yeah, no. They tell the public that elites don't exist. They just say, everything's happy, the government only loves you, there's no corruption, and then under this national security umbrella, they've been doing whatever they want since 47. And then now they're on the news saying we've got to restrict guns in America because of Mexico. Mexico has a total gun ban. I mean, they need to decriminalize drugs right now. That's what's going to end all this. And they know that. They create the crises to offer the solution. And the globalists have made big moves the last century 4 or 5 times and killed 200 million people. And I've seen that attack profile. They're clearly trying that attack profile now to radically it's their revolution, to overthrow Europe, overthrow the United States, fully enslave us. They want a hot revolution. They've been building up incrementally, but it's just like putting a piece of paper on top of flame. At first it browns and it yellows, and then browns and cracks, and then boom, it flashes, flashpoint. And right now the free world is like a brown piece of cooked wood or paper that's about to flash into flame. And, we've seen other parts of the world flash into flame, and we know what this looks like. And I'm going, get ready, incoming, it's coming in. And people are like, yeah, it is bad, the tyranny's bad. Just the lead vanguard of breakers in this wave. And I'm like, no, look out to sea. And they're like, my God, it's a 500-foot tsunami. And I'm like, absolutely, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Tyranny is upon us. And I tell the police and military, they're forming you up in blocks to march out against the people. This isn't the Soviet Union or Germany or China. You are going to be absolutely annihilated, and so are the people. It is going to be a bloodbath. How do we avert this? How do we stop it?
Hello, this is Steve Shank. You might not be able to spell Constitution, but you sure know how important it is. You might not be missing any shirts from your closet, but you have given the shirt off your back hundreds of times. You might not understand the thousands of laws that exist, but you do live by the